There's some people, they confuse dua with salah, especially if they're just learning the religion. Dua is far broader than salah. So dua in salah is the best, but dua can happen at any time, in any state. You can be on wudu, off wudu. You could be in janaba. You can be in hayd, which is ritual impurity or menstruation. Okay. You can be in any state and call upon Allah. Sayyidina Musa alayhi salam said, "Oh Allah, when can we call on you?" Yeah, he had an idea in his mind, but he was embarrassed to say it. He said, "Remember me all the time." Sayyidina Musa said, "But oh Allah, but sometimes we're in a certain state." Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, even in that state. He meant janaba, right after sexual intercourse. And he's junub, means he didn't take a full wash yet. Even that state, you can make dua, you can make dhikr. Cannot recite Quran though. Okay. But there are ways that you can make your dua better in the way you do it and the way you sit down and do it. Number one is to be upon wudu. Number two is to sit and face the qibla. Number three is to have on you the signs of neediness. So there used to be an Andalusi king, for example. He had in his palace, and he ran a wonderful kingdom. Okay? That's one of these city-states that was so perfect. Everything was peaceful. The judges were good. The people were good. And it came upon him a very bad fitna of an enemy coming. And they looked around, can't find the king. Finally, they found in the palace a little door. They opened the door and they found like a khariba, which is like an abandoned little, like a yard. A little abandoned yard. No one took care of it. It had a little shed in it. And they found the king sitting right there in the dirt, wearing a crumpled up old thobe, disheveled in his appearance. So the appearance of humility is good in dua. Even Hajj, we don't shave, we don't clip our nails, we just wear ihram. Why? Physically, when you look like that, and when you sit like that, you feel like that. And when your state is humble, what does Allah say about in the Battle of Badr? You were so meek and humble that Allah gave you victory. And Allah loves the meek. أَنَا عِنْدَ الْمُنْكَسِرَةِ قُلُوبُهُمْ مِنْ أَجْلِي, Allah says in Hadith Qudsi, I am with the broken-hearted ones for my sake. So you don't come in dua with your best clothes and you sit there like a king. You're actually a miskin. So to do this is to put our hands out like a beggar. Beggar puts one hand out, you put two hands out. And it's to put your head down, not to put your head up in a haughty manner. Everyone knows in culture, you put your head up is haughty. So you put your head down. And you begin, first of all, by praising Allah. You don't come to somebody and ask your request right away, right? You make small talk. You talk about how good your company is, how good you've been to me, right? We have a past together. You stir up those memories for that human being. For Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, nobody needs this, you need it. So you talk about the beautiful qualities of Allah. Like Sayyidina Zakaria says, وَلَمْ أَكُمْ بِدُعَائِكَ رَبِّ شَقِيًّا. I never failed when I prayed to you. You bring up all the past. This is called thana. You praise Allah for what He gave you. It's called hamd. So hamd, praise for what praising Allah ta'ala, and thana, all the things that you've given us. And then you make istighfar. You have to mention your own shortcomings. So I'm coming to you for help. I also have shortcomings. I apologize for all these shortcomings. You go to a human being, you do this. Bring up small talk. MashaAllah, you got an amazing company. You know, maybe we had a past together. I didn't do so well. Then you bring up your request. So you must do, or it's recommended to do, istighfar. Seek forgiveness for all the past sins. What happens if I can't remember any sins? I was good. Seek istighfar for shortcomings. Seek istighfar for anything else that you could have done that's good that you didn't do. Whereas the Prophet said, the sins I know and the sins I don't know. So everyone commits sins they don't even realize they commit. Then, salah on the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Would we be sitting here talking about Allah, talking about dua without the Prophet? Man lam yashkur an-nas lam yashkur Allah. You have not fulfilled your gratitude to Allah until you thank the people who got you here. So you have to thank the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam by making salah and salam upon him, bestowing Allah's blessings and peace upon him. You have to ask for that. Oh Allah, bestow more blessings and more peace upon the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Okay. When Allah does this, it increases the state of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam without us ever imagining that we're benefiting him. No, we're benefiting ourselves, because when we make salah and salam on the Prophet, we are taking from that blessing and that guidance. So we're the ones receiving reward and benefit when we make salah on the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Then you may begin to do your dua. Okay. You close your dua as you opened it with hamd, gratitude to Allah Ta'ala for making you sit here. Istighfar, again, for any mistakes and lack of khushu' and lack of adab, manners that you may have had in that dua. And then salah on the Prophet again. Sayyidina Umar ibn Khattab said, the dua does not go up to the heavens unless you've opened and closed with salah on the Prophet. Other ulama say, because of Allah's love for His Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam, He will always accept any salah on the Prophet. So if He accepts the first one and He accepts the last one, then He will accept what's in between because He's generous. It's our belief that Allah doesn't say, this dua is accepted, this is not. He either accepts it all or rejects it all.